Let's go.
Thank you very much for everybody for joining me on this video today. I am going to be jumping into a journey that I never really thought I would be doing. I am a big fan of anime, but I am going to go into a wheelhouse that I don't really do as far as reviewing. I'm going to do solo reviews. We're going to watch the movies, and I'm sticking to movies. I'm not going to go into shows, at least not yet. The anime shows, for those of you who are anime fans, know that they can be very big journeys. Right now, I want to tackle this one movie at a time and actually venture into movies I haven't seen, as well as maybe rehash some of the older classic films that I have seen in the past. But for the most part, I'm going to take in suggestions from people who have followed, people who have posted online. And today's very, very first movie that I am actually going to review is Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind. It's a movie that came out in the year of my birth, 1984, and I honestly never heard of this movie. I've never watched it. It's part of the Studio Ghibli collection. You can watch the Japanese version or the English version, which the English version was redubbed with a lot of major named actors. You have Shia LaBeouf, Patrick Stewart, aka Jean-Luc Picard, Uma Thurman, Edward James Olmos, Mark Hamill. All very, very good actors. Their voice work has been done in a lot of different projects, and I am actually going to watch this movie from a fresh perspective. I have never seen it, and I'm interested to see how it is. Now, I've taken some suggestions on which version to watch. I am actually going to watch the Japanese version. I'll probably re-watch it in the US version just to do a comparative. But the reason I'm choosing to watch the original Japanese version is I want to see how the tones of the original character portrayals were done, how the dialogue was written out for the subs. Because for any old school anime fans know, a lot of the older projects that were done in anime when they were redubbed don't always hold up in comparison. So for this first review, I am officially going to watch the Japanese version. I may watch the dubbed just to rehash and see what's the difference. Hopefully everybody likes this video. This is definitely tipping my toes into something I'm not used to. And I want to get better at this, and I want you guys to join me along with this. Outside of that, let the journey begin. Okay, so quick recap. We just finished watching Nausicaä of the Valley of the Wind. I watched the Japanese version, and honestly, it's not my original take of a film that I would typically watch any day, or say that I'm going to rewatch over and over again. It is definitely, I would say it's a solid film. It's not really impactful as like, this is an epic war film. It's a story-driven film. It's very artsy in the fact that you have like your communities. It tells about a warring society and the impact that society of war has with nature. At least this is what I have interpreted from it. I am hugely not a big fan of insects, but by the end of the film, I even felt bad for the insects. The insects are more of a neutral party that are being impacted by the rest of the world, and they just react. And they react. I would dare say accordingly. This, I can understand why they consider it a very artistic film in watching it. Now, it is not for kids. It's rated PG, but there are definitely going to be very adult tones. The parts that are going to be more lighter are very few and extremely far between. This is why I'm saying it's not for kids. The parts with the other children in the movie where they go with the child singing and they go very like light with it, that's why it can be for kids. I don't see this being like a wholehearted kids film, as it were. So if you're a parent out there looking like, oh, I'm going to get a Studio Ghibli collection and I'm going to play this movie for my kid, this is probably going to go past their head. Especially because of the long, drawn-out parts. They're not going to really appreciate it. If you like your artsy films, you're probably going to appreciate this. All in all, if I had to rate this movie, I would give it a 3 out of 5 tots. NerdTots, that is. Let's be honest, I watched the Japanese version. I didn't feel my heartstrings being pulled. I can appreciate the art styles and the story that they're going with it, and it's a solid film to watch. I didn't feel tired. I didn't feel exhausted watching it. But at the same time, I'm not driven to rewatch it over and over again. So it's a good film. Is one I could say I can check off my bucket list and enjoy just the one time, but I can move on. So guys, I would say if you're getting into Studio Ghibli, if you're getting into anime, watch this. Knock it off your list and experience what was 1984, I would say, in an artsy style. Beyond that, we're gonna probably for the next future videos go into something more current. I did see someone suggested a Silent Voice. I am gonna actually look for that and watch that one. That's something more current, more recent, and we'll see how that's gonna go in that. That one supposedly is gonna be a little bit more feels, so maybe I'll feel a little bit something. But I digress. Guys, if you sat through this video, watched this with me, thank you so very much. I plan to do more. I plan to get better at these, but I want to do this with you guys. I want to experience my growth with you. So thank you so very much for watching this first video, and just be great. Enjoy your time, expand your mind, experience new things. That's all I can say. Much love. Enjoy.
Let's go.